Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Speed Report here on 105 The Drive, here on Twitch Monster 27. My name is Sam Cook, and I am your host. And with us is Slothy Black, Back in Black, whatever you want to call him. Thanks for joining us here. He's our guest star here, and of course, Speedy Driver, part of the original crew, and we'll have others chime in later, I am sure. As we get started with this week's Speed Report, you saw a lot over the last week here. We saw the Skills Challenge take place for the Cup Series at Atlanta. And we also saw the KMR Eldora Special on the dirt for the Truck Series. So we'll touch on that in a little bit. But first, let's go right to breaking news. And the breaking news starts us in the Cup Series. That's right. The driver of the number 2 car is now the driver of the number 41 car. That's right, Amari joins SHR during the Skills Challenge and will remain on SHR the remainder of the season in that 41. This is a pretty big deal in terms of the point standings and in terms of this team overall. Instead of having a frenemy, if you will, now you actually have a ally sitting in that 4th spot. Amari, by far one of the fastest cars on the racetrack here lately, gotten off to a tremendous start in this run that he's put together so far. He sits 4th place in points and already has a win under his belt as he won early there at Auto Club, but has just looked really, really good this entire season. We'll start with Slothy first. And Slothy, is this something that we should worry about? How is this going to affect SHR as a whole? Oh, well, you know what? He may not be here. So, and I don't think Speedy's back either, which is fine. Well, I'll give my expert opinion, not like it matters, but I'll give my expert opinion out here. I'll tell you what, as far as SHR as a whole, it depends on how this all plays out. Or if you remember back when Amari first joined KMR, Amari's rookie season was with SHR, and he drove an SHR Ford. He was removed from SHR. And between Zesty and Amari, I've always had the opinion that Zesty was just a little bit faster and a little bit better than Amari. And I remember his rookie season, Amari advanced in the chase. Zesty was eliminated. And I thought to myself, the wrong driver was eliminated when it comes to battling for a championship. Amari has turned things completely around. And I think part of that was driving for himself, driving on his own team, and being a competitor against SHR as opposed to a friendly. Because we know that on a bigger team, you have more to think about. You have to think about other drivers. You have to think about the team chemistry. You have to think about the team goals, if you will. There at Team Penske, it was just him. He had to think about himself. When Hindu showed up, he had to think about Hindu. But when Hindu didn't show up, of course, he could think about himself. He'd think about how he can advance. And so it really showed Amari's potential overall as a driver there. And you see also what he's doing in the X Series, which we'll touch on in a little bit. So I think overall, I just think that we'll have to pay close attention to how this move affects him overall, affects how he progresses overall, because whether he'll be able to fit back in with their team chemistry and what they are doing on the racetrack, whether he's still going to have that aggressiveness on the racetrack when he gets there. You'll get a chance to see the 41 in action tomorrow over on Mordecai Beast 42 on the Twitch channel, Mordecai Beast 42. You'll get a chance to hopefully see him run in the Cup cars at Las Vegas under the lights Tomorrow, 5 Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern is when the Cup Series will go green. And we'll get a chance to get a first glimpse of him with his new team. So we'll see how that plays out. How does it affect SHR as a whole? If Amari is the Amari from the Blue Deuce, I think this drastically improves SHR as a team. And I think that this really improves their chances of walking away with the team points battle. Right now, in the team points, if you were to look on www.thegamingriff.com, the official website for KMR, and you were to scroll down there to the KMR, the Cup Series page, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says KMR Cup Team Point Standings, SHR with a significant lead on CMR with an 855 over the 720 from CMR. One of the things that has helped CMR stay close is the fact that they have 4 drivers in their stable, and SHR up until recently had only had 3. Now they add the 41. Now they have a full stable, and now they could start to pull away, especially if all 4 of their drivers begin to have a lot of success. So we'll keep an eye on all of that dynamic and what happens tomorrow with their first official race. So we hope you're able to tune in for that. Let's continue with the breaking news because the Deuce had a teammate. He drove the 12, but no longer will he drive the 12. He has gone to Paintbrush Racing to run with Lone Paintbrush. That is Hindu Power. Hindu now driving the 00 with Paintbrush, and this is big for Paint also for 2 reasons. Number one, because Paintbrush up until this point did not have a teammate, so this helps him out with team points. But then at the same time, now he has a teammate. And if you look at the point standings right now, Hindu Power sits 15th in the points with 74 points. He hasn't even broken 100 yet in the point standings. He's only shown up to about 1 race, or maybe 1 to 2 races this season. One he lagged out, the other one he didn't perform as well. So I think this is a really, really big deal. Now Paintbrush Racing and Paintbrush has some things he needs to figure out. If I'm Paintbrush, I need to figure out what am I going to do with Hindu. Because we're already at the halfway point of the season. So do I start leeching team points now to get Hindu up through the point standings, to get him up possibly into the chase? When you look at the battle centered around the chase right now, Speedy and JP Strunk, 11th and 12th. Hair Bear, 1 point out of the point series. And you got Beloved that has 107 points. He's in that battle, trying to get in that battle for the playoff spot. Hindu is in a must-win situation. So what do you do in this situation? A lot of questions have to be asked in that situation. And also, how does Hindu feel about Amari's departure from Team Penske going over to SHR? How does he feel about that? Obviously, he didn't go to an SHR necessarily affiliate. So how does he feel about what's going on? What's he going to do for the future? Here, Slothy back with us, who is a driver in the Cup Series. And so let's run this by Slothy and get another opinion here as far as this news. And that's Hindu's departure.
I was back when you said when you were saying.
All right. As well as Amari's departure to SHR. So, Slothy, what does Paintbrush Racing and what does Hindu and Paint need to do to make this teaming up together make it work?
They need to go out and perform as a team. Like they need to practice every week as a team. Team like JGR had practice yesterday. We set 2 days a week for practice. It doesn't matter what we have on the schedule. We set it aside. And we practice the track that's coming up. Like yesterday, I practiced a whole day just to get our setups in for the Vegas. That's what they need to do. They need to sit down and get Hindu more with presets and stuff to use.
Right. You know, Paintbrush already has a win, and Paintbrush is fighting for fighting for the points championship. He's only 27 points out of first right now, but Hindu is in 15th, and now he has pressure from behind, and we'll get into that in a second. Can Hindu make the chase? Do you think that Hindu will be able to make the chase? And if so, what kind of situation is he in? Is he in a must-win situation, or can he work his way up through?
I think he's in a must-win because of the race that he lagged out. I was in it. And I think it was Auto Club that the race he lagged out was. Because I was running up in the front, and he was racing with me. Me and his car disappeared. If he can do like what he raced at Auto Club, when he was racing at the front mostly, with all of us, I think he's got a shot to automatically clinch his way into the playoffs with a win.
Possibly. Speedy, you back?
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're gonna throw this at you. Yeah, possibly he could clinch, but at the same time, Speedy, Hindu has not been to very many races, so is he in a situation where even if he wins, he could possibly have that win encumbered?
Yes. He needs to be able to show up to the rest of the races and finish. And a win would really help him get him in and just get some decent finishes, but he's got to show up. If he keeps missing races, no matter if he gets a win or not, he's going to be out.
Yeah, so he's really going to have to pay close attention to what he's going to do the rest of this season. And Paintbrush is going to have to pay attention to making sure that Hindu, being on the track, now his teammate, doesn't get in the way of him, take his momentum away as he chases to try and be the point series champion by the time the chase starts. So we'll keep an eye on all of that developing. We talked about that Hindu has pressure from behind. Well, that pressure is now Scotty, who has signed a deal now and will run the 8 car with Beloved. So now Beloved has a teammate. And if anyone doesn't know, Scotty is Stampy. Stampy was his old gamer tag. Now is Scotty. I like Scotty a lot better. But we're not gonna go there.
So he's back.
What we are gonna do, yeah. So he's back, and we saw him run in the skills challenge. Slothy, you ran against him in the skills challenge. So he's got a ways to go now. But what's it gonna be like having Scotty on the track in the cup and cup side of things? And is this gonna help Beloved at all?
It's going to help Beloved in team points, definitely having 2 cars out there. Especially, we'll see tomorrow what Scotty's performed, because the skills challenge was just 2 versus 2. Which, you know what happened at that moment. Let's see what he does with a full 16 cars on track. With that RCR team. Let's see what Scotty can do with pressure like from Nightfall on them. Yeah. And see if he can go and break Nightfall on them. Yeah, and break a winning streak. But if Scotty can actually get in the win, because I know he can, because I've raced him a lot more now, ever since last Sunday. If I know what he can do, he can go after and win a race and beat SHR.
Wow. Tall order. I tell you, Speedy, does this help? Do you think having Scotty out there will help Beloved's performance on the racetrack?
If they work together and have good communication, do some practice and stuff, and possibly they can get out there, learn the lines, learn the races, work on setups together and stuff like that. And just as long as they keep it clean, and race it clean, it can help both of them really a whole lot. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Welcome back to the league. Man, I tell you, it's great to see all of these returning drivers who have ran many seasons. Slothy, this is your old teammate.
Yes.
Way back on in 14,
yes,
in 15, this is your old teammate.
I was driving the 14. He was driving the 4 before I switched over. He quit, and I went into the 4 hot spot because he ended up retiring, and I got his spot, and I ended up taking his points, and I think it was that next season, I ended up winning the championship in the same car I was driving.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll see if he can generate some of that magic. It was good to see him in the car. He looked really good, battled up front for a little bit
with the Joe Gibbs
before falling away. Yeah, with the Joe Gibbs car. So he looked really good. And we'll keep an eye on that. So that's all of our breaking news. This series, again, will be at Las Vegas under the lights tomorrow at the same bat time and same bat channel. Well, different channel, same time. But anyway, we'll be under the lights. So you'll get a chance to see all of these developing stories and see what will be the outcome of these developing stories. Making sure we keep you updated with the standings, top 5 right now because of the skills challenge. Man, it was fun in a way. It was fun if I'd have been in the final round, but we weren't. The skills challenge was great. So let's get you updated with the points for the top 6. We'll do the top 6 instead of trying to knock everybody out. The top 6 with the plus 20 from Joe Gibbs Racing. So congratulations again to you guys. Dopey still leading the points with 324. Paintbrush in second with 297. He's 27 points back. Dopey's teammate Zesty in third with a 291. Amari, who's now a teammate of Zesty and Dopey, he's 67 points back with a 257. Fractured Chain and Nightfall swap places. Fractured up to 5th with a 231. Nightfall down to 6th with a 230. However, Nightfall does have a win on the series. Fractured does not. So, if push come to shove and you get several other winners, that could be a developing story moving forward. Although Fractured looks good being the only driver without a win in that top 5. We'll keep an eye on that, but I tell you what, the biggest mover so far, that plus 20 really helped Dale Jr., who sits in 9th spot now, swapping places with Sam Cook, myself. So let me ask you something, Speedy. Is Dale for real, or is this a product of, just having a decent sub here and there, and
he's been showing decent speed on the track. He's just got to keep it up and keep making it to the races, keep doing what he's doing, and try to get better finishes. And he'll keep moving up the thing if he can just keep his head in it and just keep doing what he's been doing.
Slothy, you ever ran with Dale? I think you ran with Dale one time
at Daytona.
On the same team as him. Yeah, so tell us about Dale. He's sitting in 9th. How much confidence do you have in your teammate that he can be a competitor in the chase? Well, first of all, be a competitor through the rest of the season and stay in the chase run. How confident are you of that?
I'm going to have to back Speedy up on this. And he has to show up to races. But if he needs a race, and if he can't make it to the race, he needs to let one of us know so we can get him a sub. One of the JGR cars know. But what Fracture's already told him, if you cannot make it, tell me or Slothy and we'll get you a sub. And if he can start showing up himself and making these races, I think he's got a good shot. Probably even taking my spot at 7th. And that's gonna be bad.
He is hot. He got that top 3 finish at Watkins Glen, earlier on in the season. So looking pretty good. And we're headed to Vegas, where his last win, his only win in the KMR Cup Series has been at Vegas. So how confident or how comfortable is he at Las Vegas as we prepare to go there tomorrow? How comfortable is he in the car right now?
He ain't had no practice with us. He's been off. He's been like working every week, every day this week. So if he can make it tomorrow, about an hour before race time, we're gonna jump in the car with him. We're gonna help him out. Let's see if we can get him.
Definitely. Hey, putting food on the table is far more important than KMR. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So he's doing what he has to do. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be pretty comfortable considering the last time he was there, running in a cup car, he brought home the checker flag. So, well, we'll see what he has to offer, and we'll keep an eye on his progress through this battle. All right, so that's been the Cup Series. Keep your eyes open for that. We'll give you real quick just the schedule for the next few weeks here. Vegas tomorrow for the Hawaiian Punch. Well, I'm not gonna do the sponsors, but anyway, we got Vegas, and then after Vegas we got Iowa. After Iowa we got Kansas. After Kansas we got ISM. And after ISM we've got Indy. So that is our next several races.
There's 2 tracks on the schedule. I got marked, and I can't wait for her. You just said them.
ISM and Indy, huh?
And ISM, guys, I've been a rush reporter.
Yeah, I think so. I have to look back at my sheet, but I believe that's right. All right, let's move on to the X Series. The X Series you're going to see tonight. And so a lot of anticipation for the X Series. So let's just quickly get you caught up on everything that's going on in this series. So first and foremost, we look at the point standings, and Hair Bear 46 points ahead of Beloved right now in that number 27 Chevy, which is huge. Beloved in that 10, 46 points back. Beloved having by far the best run that he has had in a long time, but he is being chased down by several people. Wool Tortoise, Amari, both chasing him down.
I gotta fix you on that one question. When you said Chevy, Hairbear's not actually running a Chevy. Whenever I was racing with him, he was running the Mustang. He's actually running the Ford Mustang. He's not running the Chevy. Hairbear, he's not running the Chevy.
Oh well, we'll have that discussion then later. All right, so I'm glad. Thank you for informing me of that. I know that Amari's been running a Chevrolet Ford for the last 2 races. I had to go back and look at the footage to make sure that everyone runs the correct manufacturer this time around. But anyway, with Beloved, is anyone going to come? Who's going to be the one to come from behind, guys, and get Beloved? Is he going to be able to keep that second place spot?
Amari. I'm already counting it. Amari, he's been consistently running, but he's just not be able to push it at the end of the race and go out and win these races. If he can go out and win these races, he's going to be one saying, "Hey, beloved, my beloved."
Yeah, that slide job didn't work too well for you.
What in the world?
Yeah, one to keep an eye on.
What in the world is he playing?
I believe I know what he's playing.
He's playing a little dirt racing, baby.
I'm running a pro late, sorry.
A pro late model.
Oh, that would have been nice to know, before you just, chime on in there. Now people are going to be thinking you're talking to Ghost.
That's fine.
But anyway, yeah, I think I have to agree with you, beloved. Amari is definitely on fire, and I think he has the biggest chance to mark through the point standing. So, beloved, what does beloved have to do to stay ahead of these guys that are coming for him?
He's gonna have to keep showing up like he always does. He's gonna have to get a little bit faster, keep working on his setups, keep working on making through the race, get the finishes he needs, and possibly eventually get a win. Hopefully, he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. Just keep focusing, keep practicing, keep trying, and eventually it'll come.
Yeah, well, someone told me a long time ago, you keep knocking on the door, and at some point that door will open. And so that's what Beloved's got to do. Now, there's been quite a few call-up drivers. As a matter of fact, over half of the standings here for this top 13, for half the standings of these drivers are call-up drivers. Which call-up driver is... which one of call-up drivers do you feel is performing the best, and which one of these call-up drivers do you feel is struggling a little bit to get their grasp on this X series?
Honestly, not even sure, because it's kind of so complicated with the call-up drivers. I don't know who's a call-up, who's not.
Okay, well, I'll give my a brief opinion on that one. When I look at call-up drivers right now, drivers that are doing pretty good, that were not a part of the original X Series roster, I'd have to say Wolfpack actually is doing pretty good. He's sitting fifth. He's tied with Terrier. He's 163 points out of first, but that's expected when you didn't run the first. Well, he did run the first race there at Daytona, but anyway. But I think Wolfpack needs to pick it up a little bit. He ran Daytona. He's run almost every race this season in the X Series, and he's only in fifth. Now, the top 9 advanced to the playoffs, but I mean, he's sitting fifth, so he's doing pretty good. But still, I think that he needs to pick it up just a little bit if he's going to be relevant later on. We don't see enough of Wolfpack running up front and challenging for races. We see a lot of Amari, we see a lot of Hair Bear, we see a lot of Wool Tortoise and Beloved, as we should, because these are veteran drivers. They run in the Cup Series. Wool Tortoise has Cup Series experience, but I want to see Wolfpack as a rookie kind of get up there and mix it up with some of these guys and prove that he's ready to take that next step. Because remember, these guys that are not already a part of the Cup Series, they're fighting to get to the Cup Series, and they have to prove that they can compete, that they're not going to be battling for last place every race over there on the Cup side of things. And I think we have seen a few of these guys get that opportunity to run in the as a sub for certain teams, and I think that Wolfpack has to show that he's ready to take that next step. And so we'll see over the next few races. The schedule's been brutal. We'll see over the next few races what he's able to do. And I apologize, I haven't been flicking the numbers over here. Yeah, Wolfpack and that 2-1, that big 2-1. All right. Drivers, I think, struggling right now to get their grasp. I'll probably get a message from this guy after the race. I'm going to tell you something. Foreign Whip right now. I think he will get his grasp, and it's not like he's ran last the entire race, you know. But I expected him to come right in and start winning, come right in and start getting those top 3 finishes, and that's just not what we have seen over the past 3 races that he's been in. And I think that things will get better, but you can definitely see when you get to the top 3 or 4, you can definitely see how much different they race and how much more challenging it is compared to the bottom, the bottom group of guys that he runs with in the truck series, like Josh the Game and Woozy Emu and Terrier and Wolfpack. He beats these guys. But when he gets up there with Hair Bear and Beloved, Wool and Hindu, you kind of see the separation. You can see where the separation is, and I want to see him fight it out more. Watkins Glen was an excellent opportunity for him to take the lead by storm, and he just let it slip through his hands. And then, of course, that wild finish at Martinsville. Guys watching, if you have not seen the X Series Martinsville race, go back and look. 105 The Drive. Go back and look at the Martinsville race. It was absolutely awesome. It was chaotic, and it was a great finish. It was great racing all the way through, and we saw that 9 car. We saw him get roughed up a bit, but also we saw him do pretty well as far as, or we saw him not get the finish that he wanted. We saw him run up front just a little bit. So I think he'll get his footing together. He has 68 points, so you could tell new to the X Series, just recently called up. That points total will grow. He's trying to get to ninth. Ninth place is the cutoff for the chase. He's got 90. Josh the Game sits in ninth. He's got 95 points. 10th place is 10 points behind him. Foreign Whip is 215 points out of the chase, or out of the out of the lead. So plenty of time there for him to make that up. The X Series now is also in its halfway point. Tonight you'll see them on at Las Vegas. So guys, in about an hour and a half ish, something like that, 8 o'clock. Please tune in to KMR TV 105 The Drive or Twitch channel Jaron Hazen. Tune in to Twitch channel Jaron Hazen. He's gonna have the racing call there at Las Vegas, and we'll get a chance to see these X Series drivers perform tonight. It should be exciting, and a chance to see if Foreign Whip can make his way up through the standings as well. One last individual, I'll tell you, I'm really, I don't know what's been going on with him or whatever, but things happen. We know that. But I'd love to see more from this guy, and that is the 22 of Mixture Ice. Some know him as Ice Fighter, some know him as Ice Fighter Jr., some know him as Mixer Ice, JV3 Ice. Some people know him that way, but we know him. He's ran in the Cup in the past. He's won in the Cup Series before. Really disappointing that he sits 13th right now. He's only been to, I believe, 1 race, and this is a driver that has at least expressed the desire to run in the Cup Series again. At this rate, this season's not going to be it. He will not be in the Cup Series, and it's just unfortunate because this is someone I thought could really compete for a championship and could really work hard to try and get a win. And it just has not happened that way, and I don't know what to say about that, other than that it hasn't happened, and I hope it will happen at some point. I hope he's able to turn things around and get himself a win and get himself up in the point series. We'll see if he shows up tonight at all. If he does, that'll be a big plus. I do believe that Team Penske has some team points. They got 55 team points. 55 is better than nothing, so I hope he's able to go out there and get something done and start running regularly and try to get himself racing, and everything. And I think if he can turn something around, obviously right now, even if he were to win, he'd have to string together attendance to make sure that the win doesn't get encumbered. So it's just something we'll have to keep a close eye on with that. Team Penske at the bottom. Let's look at the team points because it's a tight battle up top between CMR, RCR, and Colic Racing. CMR 335, RCR 330, and then Colic Racing at third place with 310. So big changes are going to happen tonight at Vegas. That's right, Las Vegas is our track for tonight. So it should be something to look forward to, man. I hope that CMR pulls it off. RCR has numbers, so they could make a splash for it. Call It Racing. That's Beloved's team. He just needs to keep his head on straight and keep running well. He should do good. He's not in a position where he can't use the team points, so they're mounting up. This team point battle is going to get hot, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome. So let's wrap things up with our predictions. What's going to happen? Speedy, you still with us?
Yeah, man.
All right. X Series, Vegas. Who you got winning the poll? Who you got winning?
Beloved's been showing real fast speed on qualifying, so I'm going to see possibly him pull out that pole position. Winning it, kind of hoping to see Hairbear do that, to be honest. So that's going to be my two picks.
All right, definitely. Because I tell you what, if Hairbear does, he starts to set himself apart even more as a points leader, and he's really looking forward to this race. I tell you what, pole winner, man. I tell you what, I'm liking the speed out of Foreign Whip. I think that there at Watkins Glen, he really showed a lot of speed and a lot of consistency. Just couldn't get it done there at the end. Just could not get it done. He has 2 top 10s in 2 races, though, and I think he gets the pole, but I like that CMR. Chevy, if Hairbear's watching, Chevrolet, we do not run Fords at CMR. Anyway, I like to see Hairbear pull out the dub there at Las Vegas and continue to cap that off. Give himself some momentum for the Cup Series at Vegas. Speedy, pole, and win. Who you got?
Not sure who's going to be the pole. SHR guy's been real fast on qualifying. So possibly one of them, but hopefully one of us CMR guys will be able to go out and get that W.
Yeah, I like that. I'll give you a more definite answer. I will agree with you there. I think pole center, I think Amari definitely with the speed is going to show that he still has a good motor underneath that car. And I think he gets the pole. He's already got a pole this season, or I think a couple poles this season, actually. So he's looking really, really fast. Race winner, though, might surprise you. Not that I'm going against any CMR driver. Trust me, I am not. I want one of us to win. I am just strictly speaking, Speed Report. I'm just being realistic. I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at what we've done so far. So, look, don't kill me, guys. I actually think Fractured Chain is going to come out with a dub in this Las Vegas race. And the reason why I say that is Fractured Chain has and we saw it at Atlanta, he has an uncanny ability to be in certain situations he needs to be in at the right time. And he is not afraid to use the front or side of his race car. And sometimes that's exactly what you need to do. The racing has lent itself more to a shorter, compact style of racing. We've had a lot of white flag shootouts. So I think FC could pull away a win. If he does not, I tell you what, that 27 car will be breathing down his neck. Trust me.
And you me both.
All right. I know that's right. All right. So that's been our Speed Report. Thank you, guys. It's been average of about 6 to 10 viewers so far. We thank you so much for tuning in to the Speed Report. Brought to you by Twitch Musher 27 and 105 The Drive, the official YouTube channel of KMR. If you are interested in joining, maybe you're watching, you're like, hey, what are they talking about? You're interested in joining KMR, please message me, Sam Cook 2728785. Please message me, and we will work you into the series and let you have an opportunity to work your way up to the Cup level and have an opportunity to battle for the Cup Series. So, or in the Cup Series. So we look forward to that. We thank you all. And remember, guys, you can always drop a comment below for those on the live stream. If you comments, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have something you want the league to talk about, we will do that. So feel free to drop comments in, and we will definitely comment on your comments. We appreciate your activity in here. And if you are watching on the YouTube side, please continue to drop comments below in the comment section, and we'll make that a topic of the next speed report that we have. All right, from the Monster and Speedy, this is KMR Speed Report signing off.